Y'all, it's your girl Samantha Drees, the Black Barbie, the hostess of spirituality. And I'm here with another one. Y'all, it's been a minute. It's been a minute. I've actually been trying to take some time out to promote the Meet the Stripper segment and also the Dreezy and T page as a whole. So, first through last of all, much love and thanks to everyone who has subscribed, who has been a part of the journey, who has watched the segments, has listened to my music, like, comment, fucking shared. You know what I mean? Like, I appreciate you all for being a part of this journey. I know for a lot of you guys that have been a part of the real journey, it's been a long time coming, and thank you for still being here. A lot of y'all know me as Drea. A lot of y'all know me as Drees. A lot of y'all know me as Barb. A lot of y'all don't know me at all. But either way, what's happening? So I'm on here really because after watching the Meet the Stripper segment about a million times, because I am the curator, the director, the CEO of Strip Club Laundry Company, I noticed that a lot of the questions that I asked, most of the questions I asked, I didn't answer. And I feel like there were vital things that I could have said that should have been said that wasn't. But I also wanted to leave the floor to the girls. You know what I mean? It was more so of an interview because I'm hostess, I'm Hopra, leading all you bitches to the promised land, myself included. You know what I mean? And if me saying that offends you, please redirect yourself because this ain't the page for you. I cuss a lot. My bitches, my bitches. I'm here for the hoes, the bitches, and all the in betweens. So if I'm too vulgar for you, exito. Minito. Nah. Yeah, but so like I said, like watching the Meet the Strippers part one, which was like more of the fun aspect of the segment. If you watched it, you would agree it was a lot funnier than the second half. The second half was more about the healing aspect and like kind of getting down to our past traumas and what brought us into the industry. But I noticed I asked all of my girls what their in the game story was, and I asked them their audition stories, and I left mine out. And mine are pretty funny. Mine are pretty interesting. So I'm here to like kind of, you know, introduce you to this cunt named Drees, right? I do have a very unique story, and I'm happy that I am transparent enough to be able to share these things with you, and that is why I created my brand, why I started this company, and why I have this channel. So I can say me just critiquing my first segment, my first, I've been brewing this vision since 2020, and I'm actually finally executing it. You know what I mean? I am a new mom. I will tell you guys all the time, I'm a new mom to a monster of, he's a year and a half, 18 months. I'm not going to be one of the moms like, he's 23 months. No, this nigga's a year and a half. He'll be too soon. And yeah. But motherhood did put a stunt on my growth as a entrepreneur, but I'm keeping it pushing. I'm not gonna let I'm not the type of person to let a real setback set me back. So that's that. But yeah, so I just want to like really share some intimate moments of mine with you that led me into the game. Because that was a big part of the conversation. What brought you here? You know what I mean? Like, how do we all end up here, guys? Like, what the fuck? So first through last of all, like I said, a lot of y'all know me as Barb, a lot of y'all know me as Drea, a lot of y'all know me as Drees, a lot of y'all don't know me at all. But either way, what's happening? I am a retired stripper. I've been out the game for a few years now, but professional sugar baby to the death of me. You know what I mean? I am the founder and CEO of Strip Club Laundry Company, which is my baby. This is my brand, and I am wanting to get you guys connected to my why, to who I am, and so you can even feel comfortable with soaking up some of this game I got for you. You know what I mean? So you can like see the legitimacy behind the people that I bring, because I was really in Las Vegas with some real Las Vegas strippers. You know what I mean? Like shooting this Meet the Stripper segment. And when all goes well, I want to take it around the country. You feel me? Like where all the girls is at, I'm trying to be at. You feel me? I'm trying to be in Houston. I'm trying to be in Miami. I'm trying to be in New York. I'm trying to South Dakota, nigga, where I gotta be at. You know what I mean? I'm trying to come to you, boo. So, you know, if that's something that it may seem that you may have some interest in, definitely hit me, DM me. What's up? Like, let's connect. You know what I mean? I'm overseas Drees worldwide bar. What's happening? You know? So yeah, so I guess I'm gonna just start this off, and y'all sit back. I got my rose. Hey. You know what I mean? Cause I'm about to spill some tea. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of people have known me for years, but don't know what was the cause behind me getting in the industry. I can say firsthand, I was a college student. I always been the school girl dreams. You know what I mean? Like, I was a responsible friend and shit like that. I always had jobs, and I was, you know, very self-sufficient at a young age. And it was because of the fact that I didn't have parents, and I didn't have a choice. It was either sink or swim. You know what I mean? I was thrown out to the wolves, came back bougie as fuck. So salute to all the lone wolves out there. You know what I mean? All motherfuckers that survival of the fittest, and I'm fitting that motherfucker. Big shoes, we fit them. You already know 15 below the label. We gonna get into that. You feel me? But yeah. So I'm gonna start off with my in the game story, and I'm going to also tell you my audition story, and I'm going to also tell you why I'm out the game. Why am I retiree at this moment? And during inflation, during the times where I wish so much and miss so much having that financial stability, having that freedom, having time to myself, I miss it, y'all. And don't talk shit about my alarm. I cannot reach it, and I haven't changed it. So yes, I'm a black single female. Fuck y'all. Anyways, yeah. So y'all ready? Y'all ready for me? Y'all ready? Okay. So, let's keep it funky. So I'm 33. I started dancing at 20. At the time that I became a dancer, before I became a dancer, I was in the service industry. I was a waitress. I was also a college student taking night classes. So, yeah, at 20, I was working at Golden Gate Fields, yay area. I was working in a turf club. I was working in the concession stands. I was doing dollar days. If you from the Bay, you know. If you know, you know. You know what I mean? So, dollar days, I'm distributing tokens right by the finish line. So I have a thing for horses. I love gray horses. They're gorgeous. Anyways, so I'm taking night classes, and I am working at Golden Gate Fields during the day. And at the time, I got a spot. I'm in my first little spot or whatever in the town. And one day, my big cousin shows up to my spot. And it's like my sis cousin, like, and really not blood related, but our family took her in, and we family regardless. If you black and you got a cousin, it don't even matter how they your cousin. They just your cousin. Anywho, this bitch shows up to my spot randomly one day, and she got her dude with her, and she got another chick with her. So, long story short, my female cousin, had a whole bitch. Okay? Like, she dabbled before, you feel me? She fucked with pimp niggas, so she know the game, you know? So what was interesting about this whole situation is, like, the bitch was hers. And like I said, if any of these terms offend you, please exit right now, because I cuss. When I refer to females as bitches, it's not in a derogatory way. Y'all all my bitches, y'all all my niggas, and oh well, sue me. Anyways, so cause she shows up, she got her dude with her who fast forward ends up being her baby daddy. She got the chick with her, but the chick has nothing to do with her dude. You feel me? The chick is her hoe. Like, the nigga, he's in the situation. I'm pretty sure they had their threesomes, whatever. He reaped the benefits off of what she was doing. However, he did not have say-so over this bitch. She was hers. Anyways, so I'm staying in my spot. Like, I had a roommate at the time, whatever. It was a lot of shit going on. Shout out to y'all. My party animals, I love y'all. But long story short, like I'm working all day. I'm taking these night classes and I'm getting tips because I'm a server, I'm a bus boy, girl, whatever you want to call that shit. And I'm cool coming home, my little 40, $60 a night. You know what I mean? Like, it's whatever. But me having them long ass days, I'm coming home and cuz like they doing it. She got rentals. They on the weekends, they this city hitting that city. They got hotel rooms. They going shopping. They doing all the shit. And as a young entrepreneur, of course, like I wanted, I, I, I want to in, but not all the way in. You know what I mean? So, like, getting to the moment where I declared it, right? So, I can't, it's too long ago for me to say, um, what day of the week it was, you know what I mean? But pretty much, the chick had an out call. My cousin, I ride with her. So I'm in the car, my dude that I had at the time, my ex, the devil, it was my cousin, her nigga, me and my nigga in the car waiting for the bitch to get out her date. And honestly, like, I was busting my ass at the time. You know what I mean? Like I said, going to school full time and also working full time, and I'm seeing them living their best life. You know what I mean? So, it just kind of clicked to me. Like I said in like my segment, if you even watched it, and go back to it after this if you haven't, but I have always been a performer. I've always been a dancer. I've always been in school plays and dance class, drill team. Any way I can perform talent shows, nigga, I'm on that thing. You know what I mean? So, me assuming the strip club culture, and when I say assuming the culture is watching music videos and thinking that I can make all this money by putting on a great performance on stage. No, that's not how it happens. But I wanted that freedom. I wanted to make that money. I wanted to feel, yeah, it boiled down to the freedom. You know what I mean? And I didn't want to do what she was doing. You know what I mean? So I figured like I can make whole money as a stripper. So I remember we sitting in a car waiting for her to come out her day. We were all chopping up or whatever. And like, it was my moment. It was like, y'all, I think I'm about to start dancing. And G-O-D, it was like a movie. Like, everybody in the car, my ex sitting next to me, my cousin in the driver's seat, I think she was in the passenger seat, her dude in the driver's seat. Everybody looked at me at the same time and said the same thing, like, what? I'm like, yeah, I think I'm gonna do it. So, mind you, like, the ex that I was dealing with at the time, very insecure nigga, that was a very toxic time of my life, toxic person I was dealing with, wasn't having it. You know what I mean? Like, but what could he say? You don't pay my rent, and even if you did, you still don't have to say. So I'm doing these auditions, and that was my first reality check of the politics that come along with being a black female and auditioning. And another one of my segments, I'm gonna bring some more chocolate, brown, butterscotch, caramel girls on there so we can talk about the real politics of this shit and how it can go. But it ain't as easy as going to being pretty and going to a club and them hiring you. No, I've actually been told by a strip club, like, sorry, sweetheart, you're really pretty, but we already have a lot of black girls working here, and we just want to make sure that you make some money. I'm sorry, did you just tell me y'all met y'all quota? You just suddenly told me that y'all made y'all quota and like y'all can't hire me right now, but it's whatever, But either way, my journey started at Hustler, San Francisco, So my audition story, I go in, my cousin, like I said, was pimping, big pimping, spinning cheese. This bitch May, she bought me like my first little outfit or whatever. And if you know the culture, it's funny that we call lingerie outfits. That's so funny, but it is what it is, you know. So I got this, like, it's like a halter top basically, with like some underwear, whatever. Either way, but my audition, the song I auditioned to was Disturbia by Rihanna. I remember I kept like dipping down like Disturbia, like, yo, my knees was fucked up after. I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. I was dancing like against the pole, but it wasn't. It just wasn't, guys. It just wasn't. But I got hired, which was cool, and that was after I think I auditioned at Garden of Eden, and they almost didn't hire me because I'm not gonna lie, like I popped a pill before I auditioned, like, and after my audition, the lady, she told me, she was like, honestly, they think you're high right now, but he's still gonna hire you. Like, do y'all think so or do y'all know? But it was fully nude, and I wasn't about to do that. Period. So I went to Gold Club in the city. They wasn't fucking with me. Let me see. I think those were the only two clubs that like I auditioned at before I actually got hired at Hustler. But Hustler put me on day shift, which, you know, now that I know how shit goes, it makes sense. I was not ready for no night shift, period. And sorry, y'all. I need to cut that out. But yeah, so my journey as a dancer started at Hustler San Francisco. Hey, I'm a hustler. I'm a hustler. I'm a hustler, honey. Nigga ass. Nigga ass. Anyways, so I only worked there for like 2 months, and that's also the first place I got fired from. I think I hold the record from getting fired from the most strip clubs and for nothing. But basically, they had us on a schedule. Yo, I got fired from my first club because I couldn't keep up with the schedule. Like, what do you mean schedule? What do you mean schedule? Like, this is a strip club. Like, I can't come in here when I want to. And yeah, so basically, like, they tried to put me on a strict schedule so I wouldn't lose my job, and that didn't work. I was like, fuck this shit. So behind the scenes, for a lot of people that do know me, well, this ain't really for y'all. The people that don't, I actually went to high school in Las Vegas my sophomore year, right? So boom, I'm saying that to say, sorry, I'm fixing my sock. I'm saying all that to say, and behind the scenes of me auditioning at these clubs, starting to dance, a big pivot to me making this decision is that I had a close friend that I went to high school with, that I met in Vegas, that she hold and dance. You know what I mean? And I'm looking at her Facebook. I mean, not Facebook, MySpace. Ooh, I'm aging the fuck out of myself. Her MySpace page. And she got fat hundreds and, you feel me, 20s and oh my. You know what I mean? Like, hella her pictures is just like her in a locker room with her fat stack. You know what I mean? And being the hustler that I am, you know, I kind of want to end. Like, so I had, you know, when me and her would talk, I would ask my little questions or whatever. But she was like, you know, a lot of us had that friend, that person that kind of initiated us into that life. This was that friend. You know what I mean? So, like, she upselling the hell out of all this shit. You know what I mean? Like, she just started renting a house in Vegas or whatever. So, she was telling me, because, like, I was over the Bay at the time. I'm going through shit. I'm fighting with the nigga in my pop. Like, I moved out of my first spot, staying at my pop's house. That shit wasn't working out. The nigga that I was fucking with, that shit was hella toxic. Everybody, literally, the day that I booked my flight to Vegas, I really was on some fuck everybody shit. Like, fuck y'all, I'm leaving. You know what I mean? But behind the scenes, I had this friend. I got this house out here, and she want me to come rent a room. Like, it's good. If you trying to get away, come on. You know what I mean? So, we got the rapping, and that's how it happened. You know? Yeah, so I moved. Yeah, I was working for a fashion, you know what? I was actually working for a talent agency. So I was a talent scout for a short period of time. Like, and this is after the waitressing and shit like that. This is me I would dance for a couple months, got fired, so I got a regular job. You know what I mean? And like I'm traveling with the job, which I loved. You know what I mean? I'm staying in hotels every weekend and shit like that, which I love. And I got like my pops kicked me out over some small shit as usual, per usual, and I got one of my checks and like really like was sitting at I was the toxic ex. I really didn't have nowhere to like go because I just got kicked out of Pop Spot again. I'm forced to go back to the devil. You know what I mean? So I'm sitting at the computer like fuck that shit. I blew the check on moving. You feel me? I told my partner I'm about to come out there, and I literally said fuck everybody and booked my flight to Vegas, and it was history ever since. You know, but yeah, so that like I was going through a lot of shit at that time. You know what I mean? Like between family, toxic ass relationships, like just feeling like I didn't belong, feeling like I was not loved, not having the support. And I got tired of that shit. Like when I get fed up and I fucking leave. We going to the drawing board about this shit because I'm not staying in the situation. And I was 20 at the time. You know what I mean? I was 20 and I left the Bay and left for 11 years, damn near 10 and a half years. You know what I mean? And one thing I am proud of is the fact that I survived Vegas as a dancer, as a hustler, like, because I even brought the toxic nigga out there for a minute, nigga, and that ended with a swollen shut eye and fucking fractured ribs. You know what I mean? Like, that's how bad that was. And from there, I left that situation and never turned back. I was still dancing. I've had other jobs since then, you know what I mean? Like in between, but for the most part, I always upheld my position as a hustler. You know what I mean? Like there was times in Vegas I bet on sports, nigga. That's how I got these. I bet on sports for a minute. You know what I mean? I've had jobs. Like I did front desk at a hotel for a minute. You know what I mean? Like I'm a jack of all trades. You know, so and speaking of which, what I also feel like what was left out about me and my journey is in the course of me making all this money that I am like boasting about, nigga, I was investing in myself. I was a college student as a stripper. I was literally the diamond. If you know the movie fucking Players Club, you know what I'm talking about. I was the diamond of the club. Like I was literally at school from 9:30 to 6:30 at night, getting home, doing whatever little homework I had to do, got ready, and at the club. Monday through Thursday, I'm in class until 6:30 at night. Then at the club from either 10 midnight latest through the weekend. Monday, boom, we back at school. You know what I mean? And I wasn't getting financial aid. I was an out-of-state student. I went to SF State my first year of college. I went to a college prep high school. So CSN, the city college not the city college, the community college in Vegas, since I already accumulated college credits, my tuition was higher. Let's put that part out there. They was like, fuck, if you think you're a hardworking student, we need that money. You know what I mean? So, and I still invested in myself. You know what I mean? Like I took my hand and I raised it. You know what I mean? Like I said, like I was getting kicked out. I was getting thrown to the fucking wolves. I've been getting kicked out since I was 13 years old, y'all. These people have me fucked up. And I got into the industry and I've had plenty of fucking sugar daddies. I don't like the T word. To each his own. I don't use it. But clients, customers, whatever. I've had plenty of motherfuckers. And I could have been getting trips to Miami too. I could have been getting trips here and there too. But nigga, no, my tuition is $2,000 this semester. My tuition is fucking $25. My tuition is, you know what I mean? So that's what I need you for. You know what I mean? And I mean, a lot of them semesters I paid out of my fucking pocket as well. So like, don't get it twisted. This ain't no pretty privileged shit, nigga. I worked for that shit. I was a solid bitch through it. And I'm really proud that I'm standing here to be able to even tell the tale. You know what I mean? So that was my my in the game story. That was my audition story. That was the first time I got fired. Ooh, let me tell y'all about the first time I got fired in Vegas, though. It's so fucked up. So the first club I worked at in Vegas, mind you, in Vegas, I told y'all in the Bay, I wasn't about to dance fully nude. But in Vegas, if you are under 21, oh gosh, nude. Period. Unless you work at, wait, no, that's nude too. Yeah, if you're under 18 and you're working in Vegas, you have to dance nude. Culture shock. What do you mean? What do you, so I have to, yo, it was an experience. It was an experience. But the first club that I worked at in Vegas was Sherry's Cabaret. I would say shout out to Sherry's, but fuck that club, and it's no longer existing. But if you know, you know. However, one thing about me as a dancer, I don't work with bitches. Like, if you've ever worked with me in a club, you are a selected few. Like, in my whole decade of dancing in strip clubs, I am the lone wolf and I don't work with bitches. So, and there's a reason for this though, because every time I have, it has backfired. So the first time I caught myself working with one of my girls, it was slow, and we finally started getting a rush of people in. So my girl, her name at the time, I know her real name, but her name at the club at the time was Candy. So me and Candy, she wants me to talk to her with a couple. Mind you, I guess working in the industry, I have become gay for pay, but that's not really my thing. You know what I mean? So working with females and actually like seducing the females, not, more power to you, but it's not me. However, so she wants me to talk to the couple with her. So I'm like, having girl talk with the girlfriend while she is all in a dude face. You know what I mean? And she's trying to like talk them into going to the VIP with us, and they denied. It's okay, whatever. So once I get in the locker room, like I'm doing my thing, whatever, living my life, trying to make some money, going to the locker room, and the manager is in the locker room. And he's like, you. And he starts ripping me a new asshole about the fact that I was trying to offer to fuck this nigga for $100 in the VIP room or some shit like that. $50 some shit. Some weird ass shit. And like, he's going in on me in my face, like he's seeing in my face. It's like, and I was about to say something. He's like, if you say one fucking thing, you're done. You have to pack your shit, you're done. And he's going in on me. And it's like, first of all, you are accusing me of doing some shit that I have not fucking done. Like, what are you even talking about? Like, and who and what the fuck are you even talking about? Either way, like, one word out of you and you're out of here. So I hear him out. I'm getting cussed out. This is like going along with the politics of this shit. Like how these motherfucking managers treat you, how they dog the fuck out of you, like, and you're just supposed to take it. I didn't even do that with family. That's why I needed to get my own place at a really young age. Because who the fuck do you think you're talking to? Either way, he dashes out the fucking locker room after he just cussed me out in front of fucking everybody and slams the door. And once he closes the door, I like turn around to go to my locker, and I'm like, wow. Do you know this man really charges back in the fucking locker room and said, what did I say? I told you had one more word to say, you're done. Pack your shit, you gotta go. Yo, that's how I got fired. Like, if I would have known, I would have cussed that nigga out. What do you mean? Like, because I said, wow. But that's how the shit can go. So I just wanted to bring y'all into the shit that bitches go through. Like, I've gotten fired from so many clubs on I still don't even understand why. You know what I mean? Like, I've never even gotten fired from a regular job, and I'm getting fired from every strip club in Vegas. Like, that just let me know this wasn't for me. You know what I mean? In more ways than what you ain't about that life. This ain't that life for you. You know what I mean? But I will always uphold those times of my life For real, like that, the club made me. It didn't break me. You know what I mean? I bossed the fuck up. I got my sex appeal on. I was able to establish boundaries. I can sit amongst very elite people and still have the confidence and still be myself, still hold my ground, and now sitting around a nigga with money don't impress me. Like, okay, I can guarantee you I've sat and chilled and been respected and seen and heard and felt by a nigga that has way more money than you and has established way better for himself. So chill, bro. Either way, so that's that. But let me, sorry y'all, I do check my notes. I do check my notes, but last part. Because this is supposed to be two separate things, but I wanted to talk to y'all about why I'm out the game. One, I can't say before I even say this, there is a part of this that I am leaving out, which is another story for another time when I'm still new to this, you know what I mean? And being candid and letting people into my life, because a lot of people have known about my 10 years of sin, but not knowing the details of it. So, allow me to become more comfortable with being this vulnerable with y'all and, enjoy the journey with me. Hey, but I wanted to talk about why, so I was saying, like, what I'm leaving out is my out the game story, because that's a whole nother like the moment where I decided, like, I'm done with this shit, I'm not doing this shit no more unless it's for some racks, you know what I mean? Like, and the racks is if I'm sugar babying, I'm getting spoiled, and I already know this nigga, you know what I mean? Like, he already has my bank account information, so Zell me, what the fuck? But why am I out the game and really out the game? Because of motherhood. Believe it or not, it's because of motherhood. And first of all, I know plenty of moms in the game, and salute to all y'all. You know what I mean? Because you guys are the baddest of the world. You know what I mean? You guys are everything to me. I've learned so much from you. I respect so much. I respect you for the mother that you are. But understand, for me, my situation, I never had a mom. And of course we all had a mom, but for myself, my mom passed right before I turned 7. And you will hear this in a lot of my stories, a lot of the times where I'm relating to you on my personal situation. But I am a dope era baby, a product of dope selling and dope using. My mom was a user. Like, I am a functional crack baby, basically. You know what I mean? Graduated high school and college with honors, though. Kiss my ass. But I lost my mom really young. My mom's funeral was actually my 7th birthday. I don't talk about that and how I turn up for people's birthdays. I love me a birthday. But before I got there, I hated them. I hated my own birthday because it was a fucked up situation. Either way, though, like I said, like, my mom was a user. Out of her kids, I am one of the youngest. She had 5 kids. I'm number 4. So, excuse me. When she was heavy in her addiction, I wasn't aware of what was going on. My older siblings, all the oldest, they know what the fuck was going on. I just remember grandma. I remember grandma beating her ass. I remember grandma getting me ready for school. I remember grandma cooking dinner and shit like that. And always had love for mom, but I didn't have that resentment for her that young because I didn't understand what was going on. You know what I mean? However, growing up, I was in foster care. I got adopted by a family member that was really a sibling that seen all this shit going on. And much respect to her and everyone that played a part in, well, shit, not everybody, because it really was her and my auntie that got me and my brother out of foster care after we lost our mom. Either way, I formed this resentment over time because I felt like if she had us, why weren't we good enough to quit? Like, you had, and it was the 80s, it's the 90s and shit like that. Crack just hit, you know what I mean? And we all know what the fuck that did to the black family. You know what I mean? What it did to the black mother, what it did to the black man, how selling and using that shit put all of our men in prison. You know what I mean? Like, it did its due diligence. The shit was fucking introduced to our community to break down the black household, and they were successful, unfortunately. So me becoming an adult, and like I said, like in my segment, me becoming a dancer was a huge part of a rebellion phase of mine. You know what I mean? Like me living with these different family members, me not feeling seen, me not feeling heard, me not feeling understood. You know what I mean? Me feeling like nothing that I did was good enough, you know? So it was just like, well, fuck it. If y'all not going to acknowledge me, I'm going to a fucking college prep high school. I went straight to SF State, even despite the fact that I went through all this shit. I graduated graduated high school with honors because, you know, I didn't get my college honors until I became a stripper, you know what I mean? But yeah, it was a big rebellion against that. I mean, with that, you know what I mean? Like me coming into this life, me coming and it was like, y'all don't notice me, so now look at me now, god damn it, you know? But yeah, just tying back to what I'm saying about my mom, I always felt like I already have abandonment issues, which in my healing journey, I'm learning that my triggers and feelings of abandonment translate into my attachment and detachment issues, and these are all things that I'm currently working on as we speak. You know what I mean? But I just always felt like, why weren't we good enough for you to quit? You had 5 kids. What the fuck? You know what I mean? However, these aren't conversations that I can have with her now that I'm an adult and I'm aware of shit. You know what I mean? And like, yeah, my grandma did raise us, but my grandma was abusive as fuck. So I can only imagine how she was with her own kids. You know what I mean? I'm just the grandchild. I'm her youngest granddaughter at that. You know what I mean? So just trying to empathize with my mom's situation. But I always vowed that once I finally had mine, that shit wouldn't fly. Period. The moment, like, in first, another backstory of mine, I have had issues with fertility. So I have my miracle baby right now, Marquet the Miracle, Marquet the motherfucker, Marquet the monster. He's 1.5 now. He has an older brother, Amir Deshawn, who is actually, he would be 8 this year. So I lost Amir. Amir, he wasn't a stillborn, it wasn't a miscarriage. Amir was here for a few hours. He was a preemie and he didn't make it. Aside from Amir, I've also had 3 miscarriages. So I had 2, I had 1 before him and 2 after him, and then I had Amir after the second a year after the second miscarriage. So in that time, I kind of felt like I wasn't able to have kids. I thought it was impossible. So that's why I always say Marquet is my miracle baby. You know what I mean? He's my miracle, you know? But like I said, the vow that I made as a woman was that once I found out that that I was having this baby, all that partying shit that I'm doing, all that shit is nipped in the bud. And I can honestly say, shit, the last 2 years before I had my son, nigga, it went down. Like, I was taking time off from school. It was the shutdown of 2020. You know what I mean? It was Vegas was so lit for quarantine, y'all. I didn't shelter in place one fucking day. Shout out to the gangbang, 888. That's the group. It's a friend group, guys. Don't take it. Don't do me. Do not do me. But yeah, I partied hard my last 2 years before I had my kid. But I knew I was approaching my 30s, and I was kind of surprised that I wasn't a mom yet. It's like, damn, because I know I was cutting up. But the promise was that once I become a parent, that all this shit would end. I would dead all of this shit. Like, none of the partying, none of the hustling, none of the bullshit, none of the toxicity. You know what I mean? And the universe made sure that. I can also say another candid thing about myself is that while I was pregnant, I was homeless. I got pregnant by the wrong nigga. Period. Like, I went my 20s trying to be all bougie and sedity about who I laid with because I wasn't about to be nobody baby mama, and ended up somebody baby mama. And that was because when I met this man, I was in a really broken fucking place. And I was grieving heavily because of who I had just lost. And I wasn't loving or respecting myself. I was high as shit all the fucking time. I was draining my sorrow in the party, in the atmosphere, in the life. And though he was me feeling like or thinking that I was getting in a serious relationship and wanting to, be better for somebody, that played a part in why I started to step out of the industry. And you know what I mean? Like, unless it's about some big bucks, I'm not doing it. But me getting pregnant by that man and finding out that it's a go, that there's a heartbeat there and there's something brewing in the oven, that was enough to change me entirely. Like, I was already starting to look into therapy. I was already starting to detox the month that I got pregnant, not knowing that I was actually, not even thinking that I could have even been pregnant. It was just God, it was spirit, it was my intuition, it was my angels, it was my ancestors that were telling me at that time, you need to detox for 30 days. You need to go out the way for a minute and stay away from these people. You need to look for a therapist. Shout out to therapyforblackgirls.com, because that's where I got my first one. I'm actually paying for these sessions every week. You feel me? They don't take Medi-Cal. I didn't even have Medi-Cal at the time. I didn't know I needed it. You know what I mean? So yeah, all of those things, like my intuition, like I said, like there were so many things composed in me that were contributing to my exit, even with the shutdown. First off, what I left out, when I was 24 dancing, I was working at Club Crazy Horse 3, working a day shift. I met a 58-year-old stripper. I'm 24 years old at the time. This bitch is 58. 58? Yo, okay, I'm a thinker. I'm a doer. I am very intellectual. So that's why being in the clubs was also difficult for me at times, because, and that's also why I couldn't be fucking sober in the club, because if I'm too sober in this bitch and I'm just sitting there people watching, I'm looking at this from a different perspective. And it was really the perspective I should have been thinking about it, but I had to drown all that in alcohol. I had to drown all that in coke and pills and partying and dick, like, and toxic ass people, all the things that I didn't even need to even engage in. You know what I mean? Because logically, I'm not even supposed to be here, So yeah, so I met a 58-year-old stripper when I was 24 years old. Lady, you have kids older than me. If I'm thinking about math, if you round it, you're 60. What the fuck are you doing here? What are you doing here? So me being enraged about the fact that this bitch is 58, and excuse me, like I said, I'm not, if these words, these terms are offensive to you, please exito from me, pejito. My chanito. No, but yeah, so that situation made me create a 5-year plan. I'm 24, I was about to be 25 at the time. You know what I mean? Like, I needed to create a 5-year plan. And the 5-year plan was to graduate from college, get my 2 degrees, graduate from college, and be done at 30. So I got one of my degrees, A, graduated arts and letters, honors, bitch, music business and technology. So, and look at me using my degree. You know what I mean? Hey. Best believe, booze, it's possible. Everything is possible. Everything is possible. Don't limit yourself. You know what I mean? Like, you can hustle, but do it for a reason. You know what I mean? Create a strategy for yourself. Get in, get out, get ahead, get above, and get them fucking snakes out your motherfucking grass. Period. But I'm sorry, I just said a lot. But yeah, so I made my 5 year plan, and it was to be done at 30. Even though I turned 30 and I was still dancing, but my birthday, I'm a Capricorn. Hey hey to the Caps. Virgo moon, Leo rising, 888. Real bitch, real nigga at heart, you know what I mean? But the shutdown happened. So anybody in the service industry, you already know we was all fucked. We were all fucked. All that EDD shit. What do you mean EDD? I am a private fucking contractor. Nigga, ain't no EDD for no strippers. Nigga, what's happening? So there was these private parties. OnlyFans jumped off. I'm a professional sugar baby. And one thing I am grateful for are, and that's why I don't use the T word, because these men that stayed in my life for years. You know what I mean? I've been keeping the same sugar daddy for 9 years at this point. What do you mean, trick? No, this man is family. I'm trying to become a part of the will. I want to be his daughter's young black stepmom. Nah, I'm not even joking. But yeah, so I did have, you know, like I always keep a nigga like, or a nigga keep me on his payroll, however you want to say it. You know what I mean? Like I'm never lacking on that department. But as far as working in the clubs, it was done. It was done so. You know, so and I felt like the shutdown made sure that that happened. And once the world started to open up a little more, by then I was pregnant, and that was all she wrote. So, and now we're here, you know. I told y'all, a lot of y'all, I am a trauma informed advocate. I actually now do case management and street outreach for victims of sexual exploitation, victims of domestic violence, rape, um, any type of gender based violence, any type of abuse. I do provide direct services for that. Getting my certificates up as we speak. So I am blessed that my life did come full circle, and all of what I learned in the industry from who I've met in the industry, from what I've been through in my life, has all helped me be the advocate that I am today. I can have compassion for these women when I'm going to the Blade and I'm, you know, giving these girls these fucking goodie bags with, you know, to help them protect themselves that night. Being able to be a case manager where I'm talking to some of these girls and, you know what I mean, giving them, trying to speak life into them and letting them know that there is a light at the end of the tunnel. You know, you just got to believe in yourself. And it's a lot harder speaking to people who have come from the shit that I've come from, because how many people in your lifetime have actually breathed life into you? How many people actually believed in you? How many people actually had love for you and supported you? You know what I mean? But how many of them motherfuckers that didn't pretended like they did in the beginning? Your trust is out of the fucking window. You know? So I'm just here to pretty much just shit. I'm trying to breathe life. I'm preaching peace, prosperity, positivity, and a bunch of motherfucking pussy power over here at Strip Club Laundry Company. You know what I mean? The CEO, the founder, the broad, the bitch, the boss, the mom. Now the mom, you know. Yeah, I've been through a lot of shit. You know, I don't really, if you know me, you will know that I could go on a tangent. But I can speak at you without speaking to you directly about what I've actually been through, you know, and that isn't doing me or the world a service. So that's why I'm here being open with y'all about the actual factuals of the situation. Yeah. Drees being a trap, but Drees went to college too. You know what I mean? Drees was homeless, but Drees was also in a fucking mini palace, 2-car garage, fat ass fucking backyard, nigga, formal living room and dining room type shit. You know what I mean? I've done all that shit. And it was lovely. I miss it. all the fucking time. But like I've been saying to myself while I've been battling, I've been conflicted with wanting to get back in the industry because of the freedom, because of the financial freedom that I have, but also knowing that that's not a place that I fit in anymore. I just say, like, to all the girls out there, know why you're doing it. It does not hurt to come up with an exit strategy. But also know when to throw in the towel. Don't be that 58-year-old bitch in the club. Don't be the 45-year-old bitch in the club. And no, I am not judging anyone by making these statements. But a lot of the OGs that's in the club, I'm pretty sure they can agree that they wish that they had accumulated these abilities and had the positive people in their ear, like, encouraging them to exit. You know what I mean? Because, like, once you get to a certain age of you being in that dungeon and you don't have work experience and this is all you know, what you gonna do? And granted, being somebody's employee is not my cup of tea. It isn't. But what I do know is what I do isn't a job. It's rewarding as fuck. Like, I get to, like I said, like, I go to red light districts and I'm politicking with the hoes and the pimps, but I'm also going to these homeless encampments and fellowshipping with our homeless. And I'm in Cali, so y'all can just imagine all the fucking tents that I see on a regular basis. You know what I mean? But it's all rewarding. You know what I mean? Because I've been homeless. I've been a hustler. I've been a scholar. I've been a lot of things. You know what I mean? But, like, what matters is what is striving for who I really want to be. And that's kind of what I'm doing right now, you know? I love being a mother. He was supposed to be, when I said that, like, when I made the statement that being a mom is the reason why I'm out the game, I was supposed to grab him and he was supposed to, but y'all, I have a toddler and that's not how this shit is going. I had to drop him off so I can record this because I'm dealing with baby Suge Knight right now. And he can walk now. He can get up and down the stairs and he don't like seeing me live my life. So, you know, but I did feel like it was relevant for me to come on tonight. I am sorry for how long it has taken for me to create more content. Just understand that I do work full time, I do mom full time, and I do have a baby daddy that ain't shit, that does not help me with him. So, you know, I can only squeeze in when I can, while I can. And I do pray that changes up and soon, because I do want to bring you guys more content. I do want to shoot more segments. I will be coming back. I'm planning to go back to Vegas in the next couple months to shoot another segment. Not sure if it's going to be strictly Meet the Strippers, because I do have a lot of girls that are cam girls, that are escorts, that dance, that sugar baby. And I'm not sure if I want to just leave it strictly to hustling in a dungeon. I kind of want to, over time, I'm still going to introduce you to the hoes and, you know, all that. No, but, you know, it's all in the making. So just be patient with me. And I appreciate you. If you made it this far with me, please like the fucking video. Please. You know, I'm not doing this shit for the likes, but the more likes, the more people that actually contribute to the page, the more the word gets spread out, you know what I mean? And I feel like this is valuable content, you know what I mean? I'm here to provide a loving and safe space for all of the underdogs, all of the hustlers, all of the misunderstood, all of the lone wolves, all of the golden children, all of the unicorns, you know what I mean? All the goddesses, you know? All the dark goddesses, you know? I want to create this space for all of us to be able to come and really fellowship and meet each other where we are. No pressure, no bullshit, no trolls, none of that shit. I ain't gonna lie, I got my first troll promoting the Meet the Stripper segment. Somebody gonna comment on there like, those are all men, and I say it like that because he put men in all caps. And, like, I do kind of have a deeper voice, but bitch, your dad wouldn't say that with his face in my pussy. Get the fuck out of here. fuck? I'm sure your dad paid for it. The fuck me, man. Anyways, yeah, so any negativity, I'm just gonna let y'all know, is being deleted and blocked. I would love to go back and forth with you, calling you all types of bitches and emasculating you or dehumanizing you, but I'm not about to do all that. I don't have time. I got a job, I got a kid, I got life to deal with, so you are gonna quickly be what I've been saying. Shout out to Larry June, Uncle Larry, ex Zito from this motherfucking Pagito, from this Chanelito. Sorry, I hope I'm not offending my Latin community. I love y'all. But yeah, so I think I'm gonna wrap it here. I only had so much time to be able to record my shit, and I gotta go get my kid. But thank you all for being here. I hope that you guys are just as informed as you are entertained. It's your girl Samantha Drees, the Black Barbie, the hostess of spirituality, leading all you bitches to the promised land, myself included. And I'll catch you on the next one. Hey.